ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents the Adamson Lady Falcons, the Ateneo Lady Eagles, the De La Salle Lady Spikers, the FEU Lady Camaras, the UP Lady Maroons,
6-5 is the score. Lamang po ang UEB.
the UP Lady Warriors,
Nebrida with that off.
the UST Tigresses, the NU Lady Bulldogs. This is the UEEP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
It's a brand new month and a brand new set of games, significant games for the 4 teams that will see action today. 3 of those 4 teams are looking to jockey for position as we get to Final Four action here in the 75th season of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. It's live on Studio 23 and it is exclusively courtesy of ABS-CBN Sports. As I said, 3 of those 4 teams looking to secure positions in the Final Four in our first game of our Saturday double dip. Ateneo goes up against the UP Lady Maroons, and then later on a big game between the Adamson University Lady Falcons and the UST Tigresses. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you very much for watching us in Studio 23 alongside Ann Remulla. I'm Boom Gonzalez. And Ateneo snapping its losing streak the last time out. They're hoping to create another one today. And then in that second game, and wow, very dangerous game between Adamson and UST.
That's right. You know, a lot of people, aside from the game that we have today, they're also looking forward to the comeback of Phil Kenget. Of course, who came back the previous week, pero yan yung inaabangan talaga ng maraming tao.
That's right. At nabigyan naman ng panalo ng Ateneo nung bumalik itong si Phil Kenget. Kausapin natin yan mamaya at pag-usapan din natin yung value ng kanyang pagbalik. But first, let's try to appreciate why those 3 of the 4 teams today are looking for wins as you see our team standing.
Well, looking at the team standings right now, you see La Salle and Ateneo there, number 1 and 2. But if you look at the standing of Adamson, FEU, and UST, ito, they're tied with 6 wins, 4 losses. So very crucial itong mga results ng kanilang remaining games.
Ateneo obviously hoping to secure that number 2 spot, and may pag-asa pa nga na to tie eventually La Salle if they can get a run here and hope that La Salle wins. But right now they're hoping to secure that number 2 spot. Those 3 next teams, 2 of them seeing action later on in our second game. Very, very crucial stretch in our elimination round. Let's go back to our first game matchup. Ateneo versus UP. Their first meeting was in December 19, and that was at a time where Coach Roger Gordeev actually played a lot of his bench players, and Jem Ferrer, who suffered an ankle injury, was out for that game, but it didn't matter. They were able to win easily in this one.
That's right. You know, of course, coaches, when they know that they have a bigger advantage over the other team, they always take that opportunity to field in the second stringers because yung experience na yun yung kailangan nila, no? To, you know, just really gain that experience, masanay sila sa loob ng court, and that's exactly what Coach Roger did.
As you can see, Ann, yung third set was the only pretty much tight one, but the first 2 sets were easy pickings for Ateneo de Manila University.
So again, like what we said earlier, ito, maraming second stringers pa yung naglaro niyan, but still, with that lineup, they were able to get this easy win over UP.
Eliza Valdez actually had 21 points in that game in 2 sets. That was yun yung pinag-uusapan doon, because the third set she didn't play anymore, but in the first 2 sets able to get 21 points already. As you look at the rest of the numbers, obviously Ateneo outpowering UP there.
That's right. In terms of attacks, most especially 21. Tulad ng sinabi, 21 points nakuha ni Valdez in that game. So today, I guess we're expecting you know, that same performance also from this key player from Coach Roger.
That's right. Eliza has been obviously the consistent performer for Ateneo de Manila. And as we mentioned at the start of the coverage, Ateneo snapping their 3-game losing streak, something that hasn't happened since 2010. And they went up against a very dangerous National University team the last time out. The comeback of that girl who celebrated her birthday, by the way, this week. Vilca Inglet came back and her presence was more than the numbers. By the way, this was a good game for Ateneo. Not only did they snap their losing streak, Eliza Valdez only had 10 points in this game, and they still won in 3 sets.
So it means that the sets were actually evenly distributed. More players in the team actually give in more points.
That's right. As you will see the numbers. Were you surprised that this only ended up as a 3-setter for Ateneo?
A bit surprised, but in a way expected, mainly because we know that Ateneo is very hungry and very eager, to get that win, really stop that losing streak. So, nandun yung nandun yung eagerness nila talaga to win the game.
Nahirapan sila bahagya dun sa third set na yun, 27-25. And you look at the numbers, and the one that really jumps out here has been the errors of National University. In a couple of their losses, they had 42 errors, 41 errors. This one, 36, really did not help their cause.
That's right. If you look at the opponent's errors, 36 is actually even more than the number of attacks
that is right.
that they had in this game.
That's a good point. So they gave up 36 points to Ateneo, and that's why Ateneo was able to win this one in 3 straight sets. And we did mention this was the game that they welcomed back their former captain, the birthday celebrant, Vilca Inglet. The numbers will not explain how important her comeback is, but Anne, tell everybody why was Phil important in terms of, stabilizing this Ateneo team.
Well, Phil is one of the seniors in the squad, and we've seen how she has led the team in most of the games that they've played here in the UAAP. So it's her presence that, really made a big difference in, getting the team together. It's her leadership. That's what really matters the most in that game.
I think you hit the nail on the head. 5 points, 5 attacks, doesn't matter, but the composure and the leadership that she provides, it's a quiet kind of leadership that she provides for this Ateneo team, and that rotation was stabilized, obviously, with her comeback. And the most important point of the game was the second to the last point of that match when they were at 25 all. Vilca Inglet, with her attack, got them to 26-25, which obviously set up the winning point for that third set. And she sat down with our very own Selena Dagdag. Let's listen to that interview.
So, kamusta naman ang pakiramdam coming back into the game after your injury?
Siyempre masaya ako makabalik kasi last year ko na at every game counts talaga. At masaya ako na nakatulong na ako ulit sa team ko.
O nga, Philly, sa tingin mo gaano ba ka-importante yung panalo niyo laban sa Lady Bulldogs ng nakaraang laban niyo?
Importante naman bawat game, pero yung game against NU, naging important siya kasi para sa standing din. Tsaka para din sa moral ng team na it's time that we win games na talaga.
Congratulations ulit, Philly, tsaka good luck sa game niya mamaya. Back to you, Boom and Anne.
Thank you, Selena. Well, she talked about morale. It was very different, Anne, in that game against National University, going back to the FEU match where they really looked lost and demoralized. They all of a sudden looked, confident going into that National University match, and they were able to win that. And now they face a UP Fighting Maroon team, or a Lady Maroon team, that is on a 9-game losing streak.
We might think, of course, it's an easy assignment here for the Lady Eagles, but for the UP squad, actually, they have nothing to lose in this game. What they need really is just, play their best, get as much points as they can against Ateneo.
And that's a point that you made there, as much points as they can, and that's one of their problems here. And so far in this 75th season, they've had trouble really accumulating points. You're looking at the UP FEU match, and I remember this match. Their leading scorer only had 5 points, and that was Aliyah Ong. 5 points led them in this game against FEU in straight sets. They lost.
And that's definitely not going to help their cause. What they need at this point talaga is a leader. Somebody has to step up, and we mentioned how difficult it was for UP scoring the points. Pero bukod dyan, this is a young squad. Very young squad here, and we take a look at the score in that game. I think sinasabi mo, no? This young squad scoring only 8, 12, and 12 in that game.
very, very tough in terms of production. And what compounded their situation there was they met an FEU team that was on the rise. FEU in a 6-game winning streak. That was the situation for them. Ang taas-taas na kumpiyansa ng FEU when they met them. And you look at the difference in spikes.
Amazing. 15 only for the Lady Maroons, 39 here for the Lady Tamaraws. But one thing to note as well, palagi nating minimension to, the opponent's errors. FEU actually scored 23 from the errors of UP. So apart from not delivering the points,
Yes.
they even give points to the opponent.
And it's a double black eye situation for the Lady Maroons. And more bad news for them. We talked about how they're having a hard time accumulating points in the games that they've had here in Season 75. There are also other problem areas for UP in this season. What are they at?
Well, for UP also struggling with their service and their reception. So that's one big thing every time we cover a game. We always mention how teams are unable to convert points because of poor service reception. So ngayon, yun yung isa sa pinakamalalaking challenges ng UP.
And of course, when you talk about, reception, it's not just a libero thing. It's a
Total team thing.
Yeah, effort thing. You're looking at Princess Geyser, obviously their rookie libero, and you look at the numbers that Anne was talking about earlier in terms of them receiving, which obviously is the number one thing in volleyball. Your reception is always one of the most important aspects of the game, and Princess Geyser at the middle of that reception game of UP. But as we said, it is a team effort. But let's see what Princess Geyser has to say when she sat down with our very own Bea Fabregas.
So Princess, as of the moment, 9-game losing streak ng UP. And I personally, ang napansin ko sa'yo, you're very energetic on the court. So as the libero of this team, what do you try to do personally that changes? And of course, we know na service and reception medyo mahina din yung UP. So what's just your personal thoughts on that?
So during trainings, we try to practice our service receives. And as me personally, syempre as a libero, I try na lahat ng service receives ko perfect para hindi mahirapan yung setter. And I try na i-lift up yung teammates ko kasi since everything, first na gagawin ng team namin is to receive. And if I receive it perfectly, then everything will turn out fine. Because remember, it's like a domino effect. And I just want our team to in the remaining games na mag-enjoy kami. And since it's our last 4 games, we just want to enjoy, and 0 next year, we may do our best in the remaining games.
Thank you so much, Princess. Good luck today. Back to you, Boom.
Introducing our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Lumer Pajarillo, National Referee. Second referee, Mr. J. Derequito, National Referee. Introducing the starting lineup of the Lady Eagles. Number 2, Elisa Valdez. Number 3, Gretchen Hall. Number 10, Margarita Tejada. Number 12, Jaminea Perez. Number 15, Phil St. Merced Gainlet. Their team captain, number 6, Angeline Hervasio. Their libero, number 17, Maria Beatriz Tan. Their head coach is Coach Roger Gurayev. Introducing the starting lineup of the Lady Maroons. Number 6, Ariel Magdalas. Number 8, Catherine Versola. Number 9, J. Aliyah Ong. Number 10, Nicole Chamzon. Number 15, Hannah Mangulabnan. Number 16, Princess May Se. Their libero, number 12, Princess Geyser. Their head coach, Mr. Jarrod Hobalde. Good luck to both teams.
We are here at Volleyball Central. The arena San Juan is where we're at for the first game of our Saturday doubleheader. Second round matchup between Ateneo and UP. Ateneo made short work of the UP Lady Maroons the last time out. Let's see what happens here in the second round. Ateneo obviously gearing up for a Final Four appearance again, but knowing last year's events, they're not going to be happy with just an appearance in the Final Four. They want to go back to the finals, and of course, even more, want to take that crown. But baby steps for them. They have today UP. They also have the UE Lady Warriors up next, and then a showdown against the UST Golden Tigresses, and then the big one against the De La Salle University Lady Spikers, the defending champions. Si Gervasio, who top scored in that match against National University with 13 points, as we are good to go here in our first set. And blocking obviously will be a premium for UP, and Persola, the tallest player that we have on the floor right now for both teams, for either teams. And
well, of course, still a rookie here on her first year. Oh, another block.
On the #1 scorer of the league. Good dive by Geyser. But a block also. Oh, this is still alive. Ateneo started to celebrate quickly, but they regained composure. Valdez. And Ong sends it back. Ferrer goes for the tip. Geyser tried to go for the pancake, but could not get to it. What a game libero Princess Geyser is. She says she just wants to have fun the last few games here. She looks like she's always having fun out there.
Always smiling as well.
Which is always a tough thing to do, and even, especially in the middle of a 9-game losing streak. And more from the UP Lady Maroons from Bea Fabulous.
And you were just talking about her, and as you could clearly see, you could see the joy in Princess Geyser's face during that interview. And when you stop and wonder how these girls keep happy despite that 9-game losing streak, it's probably what Coach Jarrod told them earlier. I asked him what their game plan was going against such a powerhouse like the Lady Eagles. And according to Coach, he told his girls that his only concern for today and for the remaining games to come is for them not to think of the opponent on the other side of the court, but rather they need to think of themselves and their performance as a team first. Once that level of intensity and composure is established, then they sustain it, and then that's the only time they can start analyzing what to do against their opponent. Also, we saw Captain Aya Del Mundo warming up, but it is still not sure if her ankle is ready for today's game. Boom and Ann.
Thank you very much, Bea. We wish her well, and of course, we don't want anybody coming back prematurely from any kind of injury. Right now, the other girls have to handle their business against Ateneo, led by the #1 scorer of the league, bar none, Liza Valdez, on your screens. How about that? 21 points in 2 sets. She has the season-high 35 points this year. In a loss, though, but still, this girl is just bionic right now. She's in bionic mode right now.
Very impressive. And you see, even in games when the rest of the team is not really playing well, you would see that Valdez would still deliver the points.
Gervasio able to kill that one to give them a 5-2 lead. Geyser diving again, her 3rd dive already today here. As UP is behind by 2. Rookie March Tejada on deck for the Lady Eagles. Good reception. Tiamzon with the tip. Gervasio sets up Ali. UP's turn to attack. Tiamzon easy pickings for Ateneo here. Underhand set to Herbacio, who puts it away. As we go to Selena Dagdag for her update from Ateneo.
The difficulty will lie if we play the way our opponents play. But if we play the way we usually play, then I'm very confident about today's game. These were the exact words of Coach Roger when I was able to talk to him in the huddle. Kinwento ni Coach na gusto niya ang performance na nakikita niya from his Lady Eagles pag nag-e-ensayo sila. At nais ni Coach makita ang ganong klaseng laro ngayong araw na ito. Dagdag pa ni Coach na sana hindi sila masyadong overconfident o kabahan. Basta enjoy the game na may kasamang puso, yan ang gusto ko. And by the way, Boom and Ateneo's libero Denise Lazaro will not be able to join us today due to asthma. That's all for now.
And if she's watching, we wish her well. Get well soon, Din. And it is the third-year Bea Tan taking over as libero for this game for Ateneo, who are in the lead. 6 points, 8-2 in the first set. In San Juan, and the match between Ateneo, the second-ranked team, and the UP in last place. And speaking of, when you look at the numbers, it's not like I want to highlight them, but it just puts into perspective the struggles of UP this year in digging their second to last, in setting their last, in receiving, as you mentioned. They are last in there, in spiking, in blocking, they're second to last, and in serving also. So it's
Pretty much across all the skills that we have here. Of course, you know, these are very young players, and I think one thing that also works for the other teams, tumaas din yung level of playing ng ibang teams natin.
Oh yes, that is a great point, and we tend to forget that sometimes. Because UP has, you'd say, a group of talents that you can develop on right now. I mean, compared to, a lot of them are young, obviously, but compare it to, let's say, the last 2 years, and this is no disrespect to the players, but it seems like these are natural volleyball players that we are looking at, and in some of the years that we've seen, we have a few na parang converted setter, converted libero, converted spiker, di ba? Ito parang may mga natural silang posisyon. They're just being outgunned by the opposition, because the opposition, like NU, FEU, and the upper tier teams have really jacked up their recruitment.
Of course, and apart from that, also more experience. That's what the other teams have.
And that's what UP is trying to gain this year, the experience to deal with these things. The good news for UP, though, they may be last in a lot of categories, but they're not last in terms of the record, because the UE Warriors are still beneath them. And if you're UP, you know that that's still possibly another win for you. You just have to keep playing against the upper tier teams like Ateneo right now, and really developing your game so that when you get to UE, you can secure a probable second win.
And that, of course, will be a different challenge again dito, no? Because I would suppose if I were UP, I would be a bit pressured as well, because you know that yun yung yun yung goal mo, to really beat UE the next time you meet them.
That's right. And finish the season with a couple of wins as Phil Kanglet is able to find a spot. And Geyser has been cleaning the floor today here at the arena, trying really hard, working so hard for the UP Lady Maroons. And that's the one thing na hindi mo may aalis dito sa UP. You may have not been watching the games, let's say, and you look at their record in the team standings at 1-9 after their initial win, but you have not seen probably that they are trying their best out there. They're gutting it out, they're working, and Coach Jared is trying to squeeze as much from his talent that he can. Sometimes we tend to overlook that part. Makikita lang natin yung end result, which is the loss. But UP has been fighting.
Oh, but ito yung something that we mentioned earlier. One of the problems, one of the biggest problems of the UP.
Shakey's fast serve brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza. That familiar jump serve of Z. Herbacio, giving them a 13-4 lead.
Doon. Diba? Kuhanin mo na yung position natin. And then kapag nag-create naman tayo ng attack. Wala tayong magagawa kung ano yung set sa atin ng setter. Okay? And responsibility ng spiker ngayon para gawa ng paraan at mag-adjust doon sa set na binigay. Diba? Gawin natin yung part natin. Yun lang naman yung kailangan mangyari dyan eh. Okay? So mag-distribute kayo ng distance dyan. Pag-usapan rin yung kung kukuha ng first ball. Ha? Let's go. Control lang tayo.
It's got to be tough also if you're Coach Jaro Ubalde. I talked to him last year. I remember asking him specifically. I go back to that conversation last year because I wanted to see what the plans were for UP, and he did say that there are a few talents coming in to season 75, and you're seeing them now. But they're so young.
So young. The talent is there, but it's something that still needs to be honed. Something, yeah.
Called on the Lady Eagles.
And you look at them; they look so young too.
Even the build of the body, you see that it still needs development. Build some more mass and conditioning there. But Coach Jaro is always so calm.
Yep.
When he calls a timeout, parang hindi nagagalit, bihira.
I think there's really no point in trying to demoralize your team by really pounding on them. I mean, because you have to be realistic in terms of some of the other teams that you go up against, the LaSalles, the Ateneos, the USTs, who are way above in terms of winning tradition, recruitment history, championships, of course. When you talk about FEU also in UST. So I'm sure Coach Jaro is being realistic about how he approaches the game. As Ferrer tries to go back line there. Guys are again on the floor. Combination play. Kainglet getting the quick.
Kainglet wanted to try something new. Dalawa two attack attempts dug up by Geyser. This time from the middle.
They got a little bit confused because Gretchen Ho was also running to her familiar spot for the running attack. For Ateneo naman, this is your chance to also experiment on some of the plays that you seem to cannot execute against, let's say, a tremendously great blocking team like LaSalle. This is your chance to play around. Not play around, but play around with your plays.
And experiment. And, that's why earlier we mentioned, some of the second stringers were also fielded in that last game they had against UP.
Kainglet is moving a little better today, Anne, than she was against National University. She really still didn't look like she was 100% that last time out. And even the way Coach Roger was substituting her, diba? Bumabalik siya ng backline, pinapasok si Ella De Jesus to rest her. And she came back poetically in that last point, against the NU to give the match point. 15-7 for Ateneo. Valdez from the back line. Miscalculated by Magtala. Which gives Ateneo a lead going into the second technical timeout, 16-7. Arena and check out the games live today. As we said, may oras pa for that exciting Adamson UST game. Boy, the plot for that game is going to be really, really thick for that second game. And Mozi Ravena and Eric Tipan will be bringing you that game. Then tomorrow, UE and FEU entangle. Sorry, UE and NU entangled in the first game, and a big game also between two teams that are streaking on the upward side. Obviously, LaSalle has not dropped a game since they lost the first time out. FEU also the second hottest team of the league, and that should be really good. 6-game winning streak as Ong is able to get that point against the Ateneo defense.
Look at that again. Off the block.
Sorry, check that. It's a 5-game winning streak by FEU. At one point they were 1-4. Imagine that, Anne. FEU with 1-4.
Well, I guess the best thing about that is they are peaking at the right time. Started off slow, but as they actually need the wins, it comes.
Coach Kid Santos on a 4-1 win card for himself. Not to this discredit Coach Nespa Millar. It's the same talent, and Coach Kidd said it's all pretty much the same system that he's using. He's been with the team, both of them, Coach Ness and Coach Kidd, with the FEU system in general for a very long time. But like I always say, sometimes a shot in the arm sometimes just does wonders. A different voice that you hear, you could see it in Adamson also. And now FEU, as UP gets this point, so they surpassed the 8-point mark, which was the output that they had in the first set of the first game between these two teams, if I'm not mistaken.
18.
Oh, 18. Okay, sorry, I'm talking about the FEU match, I believe, where they were they only mustered 8 points.
Blocked by Berzola.
Berzola able to get that, to get them into double digits.
You see, there's also this talent here in Berzola. Of course, one of the tallest players here in UP. Masipag din mag-block, you know, but it's just really a matter of really gaining that experience and learning how to read the plays also of the opponent.
Oh, sila pa ngayon ang may chance. On the quick, Berzola was there, and so were the blockers of Ateneo. Chu with the left hand. Ferrer with good reflexes. Phil from the back line. That's out. Putting up a fight here are the Lady Maroons against Phil Kainglet and the rest of the Lady Eagles.
Serving for UP, number 9, Jade Maria O.
11 serving 17. Z off speed. Another chance for UP and Berzola. The dump ball.
Oh,
Net.
net violation.
Interference called on Del Rosario.
I think it was Berzola that was called for that one. Let's look at that. Oh, was it Del Rosario? It was Del Rosario. Marge Tejada back serving. Your thoughts on Marge Tejada so far this year?
Well, Marge Tejada has been steady. Perhaps not contributing as much points, but also not committing a lot of errors. And you can see the talent also, no? But and a lot of like Phil Kainglet, for example, when she started, yung build niya medyo parang Tejada,
Exactly
diba?
what I think.
Slim and very slender.
Not as powerful yet. Remember when Phil was in the first year? She was all about angles and tips. She wasn't about power.
It was after years of really conditioning and training, where she got the power that Coach Roger wanted.
2011 now. Blocking of Ateneo also working today.
Margarita Tejada.
As May Tajima is getting ready to check in for Coach Roger Gorayem. Easy take for Gretchen. They go back to Eliza. Just too much power behind that. I was talking to a fan yesterday, A. Nakachi, getting ready to come in for Gretchen Ho. I was talking to a fan yesterday of FEU. She says she's a personal fan of Eliza Valdez, but she is from FEU, and so she roots for FEU. And when she says when she sees Eliza go up, natatakot daw siya.
Start pa lang, before pa lang kayo pumasok, okay? Sa set pa lang, nakita na kagad nila yung adjustment mangyayari. So, nag-open block na kagad. Okay? So, instead na papaluin natin na open block, na malaki yung chance na tayo ng point, mas easy ball sa kanila darating. Naka-ready sila sa floor. Okay? So, yung mga ganyang klase na, emergency ball, take nyo na yung risk. Di ba ano naman mangyayari kung hindi nyo siya papaluin? Or the-drop ball nyo. Diba? So, subukan nyo na. Tingnan nyo kung ano pwede mangyari. Kasi from there, pwede nyo makita kung ano yung pwede nyo gawin and then yung rhythm ninyo na hinahanap. Okay?
Well, going back to Ann's point that they really have nothing to lose, so it's time to try some things to try to deceive this Ateneo squad. Coach Gerald, that conversation that we had, he said some new talent coming in. That's 7 talents coming in this year. 7 new faces for the UP Lady Maroons to join also the batch of this girl, Marge Tejada, who will now join Eliza Valdez because a lot of the girls from Ateneo are graduating, including, I'm looking at 4 of them on that floor right now. Ferrer, Nakachi, Hervasio, and Kainglet are all batchmates, part of that Fab Five of Ateneo.
Of course, them graduating a very big loss here to, the Ateneo squad. Yung core ng team.
Yes, it would really be interesting and what the look will be next year for Ateneo. And you also understand the reason why they want to get a championship.
It's that exit that you want on your last year.
So point for UP here, 12, serving 22. And it is Aliana Abad on deck. Tan with poor reception.
Okay, well, they have a comfortable lead, pero yung mga errors na ganyan, ayaw na ayaw ni Coach Roger yan.
You don't want your own team, especially if you're a kind of team gunning for a championship. You don't want to be dragged into a certain level, di ba? Gusto mo ikaw yung nagdi-dictate ng level ng laro.
All the time, no matter who your opponent is, kailangan the pace of the game is dictated by you instead of you following it. Sometimes may tendency yan, if you're a strong team going up against a weaker team, minsan sinasabayan mo yung laro ng kalaban mo.
But the better teams in the league are able to snap out of it right away, check themselves, and come up with wins. Karen Del Rosario now, 14 serving 23. Again, reception. But they got lucky there. Servacio saved them with an attack that gets them to set point in set number 1. Sabi pala yung taga-Saints ko dito dati. G, Phil, Princess, Geyser.
Good volleyball program also. One of...
From one kulasa to another. Diba yung tawag sa kanila, no? Kulasa. Mga kulasa. And the first set goes to Ateneo de Manila, 25-14. First game of our Saturday doubleheader. Here at the arena in San Juan, live on Studio 23. Back in a moment. First set is in the books for Ateneo de Manila University, who are looking to consolidate second place here in the 75th season of the U18 Women's Volleyball Tournament at 7-3. And first set was probably tougher than what they would have wanted it to be at.
That's right. But even if Ateneo found it a bit tougher, it still was a bit easy because, the likes of Alyssa Valdez scoring 6 points in that first set, a bit lower than, previously na sinasabi natin, first two sets, 21 points. But even so, kikita mo yung ibang attackers dito for Jem Ferrer also delivering the points.
I remember telling that story to someone when I said she scored 21 points in 2 sets. Siya lang bang naglaro? But 21 points is just an amazing number for 2 sets. A lot of players graduate already and never get 21 points in a game. And right now, 13-5 the attacks, obviously. But you pointed out the errors of Ateneo earlier.
Well, there's 6 now here on the board, 3 for the Lady Maroon. So, yun yung, it wasn't a bad set. They could have probably UP could have probably had a lower score if not for the errors also that was committed in the first set.
That's right. So, again, as you mentioned, some things to still check for Ateneo going into sets number 2 and 3. They started to experiment also, putting a couple of players in. Coach Roger putting in Nakachi. Najima was set to come in also. For UP, let's look at UP, and what do they have to do?
Well, for UP, we mentioned, in the pre-game how they had difficulties they are having difficulties in service and their reception. I think in terms of service, the first set wasn't as bad, but in terms of, or rather, service wasn't as bad, but the reception is something that they still need to work on. Really to, they have talented attackers. It's just really a matter of, getting that play going for them.
Second set. Ateneo took the first set,
Bill Kanglet
25-14.
to start us off here in the second set. Celebrated her birthday, as I mentioned, a couple of days ago. 1-0 for Ateneo, and a quick block on the joust.
First point.
Valdez and Nakachi collaborating for that one.
Reception near the net.
It was Valdez all alone who read it real well. Carvajal was there. Ferrer to Nakachi. Too high. Magtalas to Bersola with a dump ball, but it's too much of a dump.
And you saw it really,
Iba yung
nasa
direksyon.
hand talaga niya, no? Hindi talaga talaga.
Tawagin na natin, dinakma. Yun, no?
Oo, may hawak.
Dinakma.
And when you drop a ball, meron niyang ano, you just have to tip it over.
The match. Serving is Phil
You
Kingsley.
can't palm it. Ferrer sends it back. Magtalas. It's Ong. Gets the point. She was the one who top scored for them in that first meeting. Let's look at that set again. Nahuli si Gem. Of course, the weak link in terms of blocking would be the size disadvantage of Gem Ferrer. 1 serving 2. Playing that from the back row. Ong again. Sends it back. Ferrer. Joust. Bersola. Ooh! Nakachi got a little confused and just sends it over easily. They get a second chance here. Nakachi. Del Rosario to Ong. That's underneath the ball. The set was a little bit too close.
Point Ateneo.
That adjustment that UB needs at this point.
Let's check in with Bea Fabregas right now.
Boom and Ann, along with that calm tone came very encouraging words from Coach Gerald. Sabi nga niya, last week, ang focus lang natin, service and reception. Ang kailangan lang natin gawin today ay i-apply natin. Coach told his girls to never doubt themselves, even for a second, dahil madadamay talaga yung galaw pag wala silang tiwala sa sarili nila. For this set, ang concern ng Lady Maroons ay ang first ball, and they are planning a 4-man receive for a wider coverage for reception. Huwag muna isipin ang attack. Again, first ball muna. Boom and Ann.
Maraming salamat, Bea. At para dun sa mga yung kakapanood lang sa atin ngayon, bukas lang ng kanilang television sets, si Ana Del Mundo playing for UP, the Spring. And look at this combination play to see Hervasio to give them a 5-1 lead as we talk to Selena Dagdag right now.
At this point of the game, Coach Foster instructs his Lady Eagles to execute their plays faster. He also reminds them to go for as much kills and as much blocks as they can. Lastly, he tells the team to lessen their errors. He believes their errors root from their spacing and their timing. That's why he reminds them to adjust accordingly. Boom and Ann.
Mag-rely tayo dun sa offense natin mangyayari. Pero magkakaroon tayo ng problem dun sa first ball. Para tayo mag-create ng offense natin. Diba? And isa pa, next. Nakita nyo na, obviously, nakita nyo na nangyayari sa kabila. Okay? Kung anong gagawin. Hindi naman pinapalo. Diba? Off speed. And try natin mag-figure out para mag-create tayo kagad ng movement. Hindi pwede nanonood tayo lahat dyan.
Part of the learning process in volleyball is not just developing, plays and developing skills, but in the years that you play in college, and you know this very much, Anne, is that you also have to learn how to read opponents, their tendencies individually and as a team also.
That's right. Of course, that's the best way for you to anticipate what the opponent will do. Otherwise, fiesta yan for your for the opponent. And in this case, Ateneo, because ang dali for them basahin ang depensa ng UP, ang blocking ng UP. And they're definitely taking advantage of that.
That violation there. Conversely, going back to Selena's report earlier, ang gusto naman ni Coach Roger, especially now they have that opportunity, is to practice the faster plays that they don't get to execute, again, against the better blocking teams in the league.
And we haven't seen much of those plays except for that running attack that Valdez had here before this serve from Nakachi. Pero tama yun yung hinahanap natin. Kanina we saw Phil Kainglet in the first set.
That's right.
From being an outside hitter, yung play niya was going to the middle, and it confused the blockers of UP.
Because again, if you know the players, you know that's not her tendency. So for her to change it up like that is good news for Ateneo, who are in the lead by 6. arena in San Juan. Looking at the Ateneo Lady Eagles, who are in the lead. 6 points here in the second set, and a set at 1-love so far. Looking for their 8th win here in season 75 of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. They, as we mentioned, go up against UE the next time out. Later on, Adamson and UST, both at 6-4. That might be a game that one of those teams will look back on as we progress here. Kung sino man yung maaaring malaglag sa Final Four. Ano? These are, nandun na tayo sa puntoan na may mga game na gano'n na parang you point to that game as like a turning point in your season, whether for good or for bad.
That's right. And yun nga, at this point where these three teams, Adamson, FEU, and UST, ang kailangan nila is to really, get more wins to secure them a place in the top 4. Importante. And it's not just the win, it's how they won that game.
Yes. Adamson coming off a loss against De La Salle the last time out. UST coming off a win this time. Dive, back set. They open up to Valdez. Valdez really on top of the ball. That's what makes the difference. Her talent level, her athleticism, the way she can sky. You see her on top of that ball and the trajectory going down.
And you see her pull her arm, and it gives it that much force.
And then the flick of the wrist too. So mechanically, there's nothing you can really say about how this UST high school standout has just developed into a scoring machine here in the league.
Look at this, good defense on the side of Ateneo.
It's like a Charo Soriano 2.0. Parang ganun, an upgraded version. I say that because of the way they look. The lean body and the build and then athleticism that they have. And of course, I'm comparing it to former Ateneo player. As Hannah Mamulabnan is back here for UP. Ferrer taking the first ball. They open up to Ali again. Changes it up. Talas was there. Oh, nice cross-court attack. Well, we call her Ali, but Coach Roger calls her Baldo. Baldo. Si Baldo.
And it's, it's these nicknames that you would hear kapag nakikinig ka ng huddle.
Yes. Persola, the rookie. Over-received. Ooh!
Held ball called on Ferrer.
Lifting violation called on Ferrer.
Serving with 2 points in the match.
So 3 serving 11.
Persola.
They're looking for separation here against UP.
Oh, look at
Combination
that.
play.
No blockers there on the side of UP. Very clean hit from Valdez.
I mean, how else are you going to describe that? Well, first of all, let's give credit to Ferrer, too, with a great deception play there. Culminated by that drill of a kill for Baldo.
I heard the oohs and the ahs here at the arena nung pinalo ni Valdez yung set na yun.
It reminds you of, girls like Bernal or Balse when they go up. Maizo, Dakis, when they go up, there's a gasp already from the audience even before the kill. As we look at this Oishi oh wow moment of the game, Oishi oh wow open to everyday surprises. With the power hitters that we've had in this league, in past years. These are not just scorers, they're really power hitters. Tabaquero in certain plays was also like that. Same build pa ng payat na very athletic. 13 serving 5. Magtalas.
Set is too low.
Yep. Ferrer on the second ball. Kanina pa niya ginagawa yun. Nagawa ng paraan ulit.
And then Jem Ferrer. You see that the ball is, going over the net. Takes advantage of that, drops it.
Nice serve. Perfect height, perfect spin. She's had that since her rookie year. It has become a weapon. But certain teams have been smarter towards it. They know how to counter the power of the serve of Zia Hervasio.
Actually, there are, some receivers who prefer to receive
Something
a
like
jump
that.
serve
Yes.
because it spins
Yep.
rather than a floater.
All they have to do is just count.
Karapatan
Yep.
yun eh.
Put their hands up. 16-5 is our score. Back in a moment. 16-5 is our score here in the second set. Ateneo versus UP. In our first game of our Saturday doubleheader. Boom Gonzalez, Ann Remulla, Selena Begdad, and Bea Fabricas at the helm. Direct Raul De Ocampo for ABS-CBN Sports, live and exclusive at Studio 23. Bumabati rin kami ng magandang araw at magandang hapon sa ating mga volleyball fans all over the world, all over the country and all over the world, watching us via the Filipino channel. Again, we go back to the jump serve of Zia Hervasio, going back to Ann's point that some people prefer that. Kasi pagka floater,
Mahirap eh. Suddenly it changes direction, it suddenly drops.
Drops sometimes, but with the jump serve with a spin like Z, the direction is where it's going to be.
It's just the power really
Correct.
that makes it a lot more difficult.
It looks more intimidating, but it
For some,
technically,
they find
yes,
it easier.
yeah.
But the jump serve in itself naman is not an easy serve. Kasi yan, like for example, you really have to master the height of the ball, how you throw the ball. Because isang pagkakamali mo lang when you throw it, you would have a difficult time in getting the ball over.
Yep. But that one's a perfect height. That's when it becomes dangerous for a jump serve like that, when it barely makes the net. That's when it becomes really a weapon. Shakey's Faster, brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza.
Very sharp serve there by Hervasio. One who has mastered the art and the skills of the jump serve.
That's her seventh ace.
Gets an ace. I'm happy I didn't fix that.
Wala. Trabaho namin yun, Ann. Well, the easiest point of the game, obviously, is if you can get a point off the serve.
Hervasio has been at the service line for quite a while. That's how consistent her
Outside.
service.
And
in the big
yeah. No, but that's also one of the things that Hervasio has developed. She has more consistency on that serve as compared to her first 2 years now. When she pitches that ball up back then, it was 50-50. You never know what was going to happen.
And you would see also na pagka dikit yung laban, she opts for just a normal serve.
You're right.
But
She
now, you'll see her,
abandons it, yeah.
she's very consistent.
So she's more confident in it too.
Point Ateneo.
See more players coming in. Hervasio being replaced by Ahumiro.
16-8, Ahumiro in.
Jesus also in. So it's just Ferrer Valdez
Assigned team captains,
The-
Ferrer.
on the floor alongside Ho.
Serving is number 3, Gretchen Hall.
We have new faces.
Ahumiro, De Jesus, and Nakachi all now as a mistimed set
Set was too
for
high.
UP
Point Ateneo.
to give an easy point to Ateneo, up 21-6 at this juncture. That's short
Too short.
for the former
Point
Ika recruit.
UP.
And she moves out for Beatan.
Substitution. 16 out, number 4.
Ludian Tianzon.
Tianzon in.
Comes in, the second-year player for UP.
Serving
Another
UP,
Kulasa.
Number 4,
And
Ludian
A
Tianzon.
lot of
Saints Got
talents.
Talents,
Oo.
yeah. Mga very
Tip over
popular
by
in terms of developing talents on the Saints Go. There's USC, of course. Hope.
Hope,
Yep.
of course. Diba?
galing si Jem at saka si Mila
Tough
Santos
schools to beat when you're in high school.
in high school. Yeah. Great attack there by Jae Ong. Able to put it away. To give them 8 points so far here in the set.
That one's through the blockers of Ateneo. And it's this rotation that they should take advantage of when Jem Ferrer is in the front line.
Valdez again.
She looked at elevation.
Great guess though by Princess Geyser. She was in the spot, but she could not handle the power off the elevation as we see Valdez put it away. By the way, also great effort by Nakachi to draw the blocker, no?
Bersola was actually committed to Nakachi, to blocking Nakachi.
Ahumiro this time, getting the kill and getting them into set point. Like I said, Ateneo to face UP, UE, LaSalle, and UST as their remaining assignments. Will give you both schools later on in the third set. In the meantime, Ong again. Jesus was there. Ganda rin ng form ng si Jae Ong. Ano, pagka maganda yung set kay Ong, nakakadali rin. But this time it was Valdez who pushes it over the net. Fakes everybody with his off speed and gets them a 2-0 lead here in this first game of our Saturday doubleheader. Back in a moment with set number 3. Well, we talked about the struggles of UP in a lot of departments, and that includes their offense, and that was evident in the second set. Only able to produce 8 points as Coach Roger for Ateneo was able to experiment with his lineup and experiment on some sets and plays.
That's right. That's what they need at this point. We expected that Coach Roger would field in more of his second stringers, and with that comfort of that big lead there in the second set. Kita naman natin even Ahumiro also delivered some points there in the latter part of the game. But altogether, it was a much better set for Ateneo. UP still struggled. We saw how they had difficulties in really reading the plays of Ateneo. Ateneo just, not predictable there here in the second set.
Kumbaga, mas malinis yung second set ng Ateneo in terms of their execution. I would think their errors would be down. And there you go from 6 kanina, no?
But, looking at the numbers here, kita natin for Ateneo, 5 blocks, 5 service aces, everything just really working well for them. Even with attacks, at 11 points.
And the errors down, so probably as close to a perfect set as they could ever ask for. Talking about the Lady Eagles looking for their 8th win in season 75 of the UAP. Salas guaranteed themselves a spot, or at least a playoff and a spot here in the Final Four. The defending champions sitting pretty atop at 9-1, and at the reverse, UP at 1-9. And we're ready to get started.
This time for Ateneo, it's Ahumiro starting. And Nakachi again.
That's right. So we start off with Ariel Magtalas. Phil trying to angle that attack. And gets the first point of the third set. Jem Ferrer looks at the coaching staff. As she nets that serve 1-1 now. Jae Ong has played well offensively. I like her form when she gets her approach to the net. Talking about Ong, very promising player for UP, and Berzola there able to power tip that one through. Ong, of course, as I mentioned, and Berzola, all rookies. The first time under the bright lights of UAP coverage.
That's, the level of volleyball in high school is very much different to that of college. So,
And then you,
magandang training din yan for them, ano?
Correct.
Starting off in the first 6 immediately.
and then you consider, as they get a point there, you consider there's TV coverage, in certain games, the audience. As Gretchen Ho comes back in for A. Nakachi, and again, there's an order here that players have to follow when they come in and out of the game. It's just volleyball protocol.
Number 9, Jay Eliao.
So UP with a lead here for the first time. 3-1. Ahumiro the lefty. Ong able to dig that one up. Chu sends it over for a free ball for Ateneo. Great coverage by Jem. Kaing left. Sends it towards the back. Princess Geyser. Borderline. Probably would have dropped in. Love the spirit of this libero of UP.
And the aura is very different.
Oh, yes.
Very light.
Yeah.
Always smiling.
She's all over the place too. There are some liberos that are quiet in what they do. Not quiet as in talking and all that. Quiet in their actions or quiet in their movements. And then there are the ones that you really notice. And she's one of them. So we check in with Bea Fabregas.
Bumanan, walang movement at walang nag-uusap. Ayon kay Coach Gerard, yan yung nangyari nung second set. At pag tinuloy pa ng Lady Maroons ang ganitong performance, sayang lang daw ang pinapractice nila. A bit of frustration in that huddle from too many easy points the Lady Eagles took from them in the second set, and it seems as if the girls are out of focus without their minds on the court. Now, according to Coach Gerard, if they want to stay in this game, kailangan daw nila mag-isip every single point in order to create something. Boom and Ann.
Thank you very much, Bea. There you go. 2 points from Del Rosario on attacks to maintain a 2-point lead.
And Coach Jared must be happy, that the girls has responded
Serving
to
is
that
Catherine
talk that they had
Bersola.
earlier.
2 points in the match.
Good serve from Bersola. Ferrer opens up to Phil, and a net violation.
Interference at the net. Called on
And Jen Ferrer varying her sets today, and you can see it. A lot more combinations, a lot more deceptions. As is that Chu who touched the net?
And Jem varying her attacks. That's bad news for UP because things just become harder and harder for them.
Speaking of varying, even Valdez getting into the game, making everybody else with a full swing and then tipping it over to disrupt the defense of UP. Now we're tied at 4. Chu. Valdez again finds another spot.
over the block.
Has a season high 35 against Adamson University in a loss. Del Rosario again. Oh, third point off an attack as Jem could not get to the spot.
Jen Ferrer expecting a stronger attack from Del Rosario, unable to adjust to that one.
Karen Joyce Del Rosario.
We
serving
have viewers
for
from
UP.
South Florida
Wow.
tuned in. Thank you very much.
That's how big volleyball has become.
Ahumiro over the block.
Puyat daw sila pero nanonood ngayon ang laban dito sa UAP. Maraming salamat. I'm sure the girls appreciate the effort, whoever it is that you're rooting for. Or if you're just enjoying this game where Ateneo's ahead 6-5. Chu. It's a net block.
These are the errors that Coach Jared doesn't want to see from the Lady Maroons.
It's a quick swing for Lizelle Chu. Good serve by Alhomiro. That's too far from Del Rosario.
First
So she misjudged it and gives Ateneo the lead. First technical timeout. Coach Roger Gorayev and the rest of the Lady Eagles have 3 more assignments after this, as they seem to be having fun today here. As I mentioned earlier, they go up against UE after UP and then DLSU on that weekend at the Mall of Asia Arena. Then to cap it off, the weekend after is a game against them in UST, and that game will obviously be determined in terms of importance depending on what's going to happen in the next couple of games for both these teams, as Giselle Tan checks in for Jem Ferrer, who at one point
Number 17.
in her career
Number
here in
40,
the UAP,
Giselle
as we
Tan.
look back at Jem Ferrer, a 2-time best setter, at one
Outside.
game she had 120 excellent sets
Wow.
in one game.
But you know, Jem, even on her rookie year, we already
Yes,
saw the
yes,
talent.
yes. No doubt.
Very smart
No doubt.
setter there for Coach Roger.
Valdez sees another hole, and look at Princess. What a job. She's trying to get to every single ball out there. Princess Geyser is.
Serving is number 5, Mary-May Tajima.
Poor reception. Poor receive, and Magtalas called for double contact.
Double hit. All on Magtalas.
Magtalas was still moving. The ball was on its way over the net.
May Tajima to do the honors for
Serving is May Tajima.
the second place Ateneo. Nice serve for May. Let's check in with Selena Dagdag with a very familiar face with her. Selena, introduce us, please.
So yes, Boom Ann, we are here with Robbie Domingo. Well, Robbie, the last time we saw you in the arena, you're watching the Ateneo Lasal game with your friends. Now the fans would want to know, manonood ka ba ulit ng games in the near future with your barkada Sam Milby and John Pratt?
Definitely, I'll be there on February 9, and I'll be there together with my handler, I guess, and sila, John Pratt and Sam will be, it depends. If they're free, they want to watch again, sige, I'll bring them.
Alright, that's good to know, Robbie. Now, matanong kita, why of all the games, ito yung napili mong panoorin? At sino ba ang pinapanood mo sa game na to?
Ano po?
Why? Okay, let me repeat that question. Why?
Ano ho? Hindi, pero ako, may tanong ako sa inyo, Dagdag. How do you feel about John Pratt? How do you feel about it?
Well, it was nice to have them here. The fans love the attention. Now, answer my question, Robbie. Don't, I'm the...
Answer your question if you answer my question.
Alright, well, fair enough. We hope to see you and John and Sam in more of the games.
Let's see John Pratt.
That's all for now, Boom and Dan.
Thank you very much. Ating kapamilya na si
Service errors.
Robbie Domingo.
Of course, always here.
Ako na lang ang tanungin nyo kasi. Sasagutin ko naman yan eh.
Kung ayaw nila sumagot, si Boom ready.
Lagi ko kausap yan si Robbie eh. Dahil nga nakikita natin lagi sa ABS-CBN yan. At hindi po big volleyball fan yan, huwag kayo maniwala.
Outside.
Dapat, cue ko na ba yun to ask? So,
I let the cameras do their work to answer that question. There's a subtle way of answering that question.
I'm sure a lot
Derek,
of the
bahala ka
people
na.
watching already know it. Mga pinag-uusapan sa Twitter.
Kainglet for the cross court. The lead is 3 only. That's a point for Ateneo.
Inside. Point Ateneo.
Gretchen Ho on your screen.
Medyo nakababad tayo kay
Oo.
Gretchen.
Serving
Of course.
Ateneo.
Eh si Giselle Tan naman yung nagsaserve. Ba't ganun?
Frontliner kasi si
Okay,
Gretchen.
okay, sige.
Blocked by
She's in the
Hall.
front line.
And they get a block together, Ho and Ahomiro on that sequence. 14-9 now is the score.
Still serving for Ateneo. Number 4.
The Tan sisters are playing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Nice attack by Bersola. Getting the kill on a quick, perfect set for Catherine Bersola.
Now serving is number 9.
Do you want to see UP just hang in there, hang in there. And try to see what happens. Ahumiro. Cross court. Princess was there to pop it up. Chu. Tan. It's a bad one-hand set by Giselle Tan that did not work.
Take a look at that again. Bersola is being aggressive at the net.
Serving for UP.
Tan again to Ahumiro. Oh, Princess Geyser could not get to the spot. Tried to reach for it. Not fundamentally correct, as coaches will tell you. But she tried.
And her position as well. She
Mali,
was, nandun na siya sa loob. And we know that in defense, it's easier for you to go forward than it is to move back.
Underhand set to Del Rosario. Makes something out of this. She's been productive here in this set number 3, and signs of life from the Lady Maroons.
Of course, much better score as well. Not letting Ateneo get that very big lead.
Serving for UP with 3 points, number 8.
This is what we're seeing for UP. It's not a matter of them winning this game against Ateneo. We know that it's going to be difficult, but it's the quality of the game that they play. And in this case, comparing the third set versus the first and second, this is much better.
So they get to the technical timeout first. The second technical timeout, that is. Ateneo in the lead, 16-12. And this is the remaining schedule of the Lady Maroons. Unfortunately, their 2 assignments are against the number 2 and number 1 teams. Now Ateneo and then DLSU. A better chance against UE to try to repeat against the Lady Warriors. And then, of course, a very dangerous Adamson University to cap it off to end the elimination round in February 17th.
7 points, Phil Kainglet.
Tricky serve for Kainglet. Oh, nice attack to Princess Se, who is already probably considered the ate there in that group of UP players. Oishi Oh Wow moment of the game. Oishi Oh Wow open up to everyday surprises. The junior able to put that away.
Not even a senior, ate is already a junior. That's how young this lineup is.
3 points.
At batiin natin yung mga taga Cebu, Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
They're watching us right now. At merong mga taga Gensan na nag-tweet sa atin. They're actually here, they said. It's their first time to watch volleyball live here at the arena, but they're from Gensan. The family's in Gensan. They watch in General Santos City. So maraming salamat po as Eliza Valdez goes for another kill on that one.
Take a look at that again. Another excellent hit from the middle. A clean shot there by Valdez.
19 points so far in this game.
Again, we mentioned earlier, 2 sets that she played, she scored 21 points in just 2 sets. Ngayon, 19 points on her third set. So a bit lower, but still,
that is the 20th
point.
Yeah.
But still producing a lot for Ateneo.
Ang sama ng laro niya, 20 points in 3 sets. Let's listen to UP.
Magkano tayo, tumablock na kaagad tayo kasi nangyayari, short yung sineset, hindi rin open. Sino nasa harap ngayon? Ayan, o so mangyayari A, ang gawin mo, punta ka na rin sa area na yan, cover mo na yung cross court kaagad. Anyway, pag short yung set, hindi makapag-down the line yan eh. Automatic cross court na yan. Bantayin nyo na ngayon, close nyo na yan. Ngayon, yung open natin, bantayin mo lang yung middle. Kasi sinasarap. O, bantayin mo na yung middle. Kailangan ma-close nyo lang yan. Okay, pag nag-continue yung rally, mag-concentrate kayo dyan sa position na yan. Kasi anyway, isang ikot pa rin, nandiyan pa rin sila. Okay? Let's go.
UP! One!
That's the 20th point. A subpar game.
For Valdez.
In 3 sets.
Dati kasi 2 sets, 21. Ngayon, 3 sets, 19.
Wow. True.
Hirap na problema na. You know, earlier you were saying that there's a family from Gensan who's watching live. You know, I've met a lot of people na nanonood ng game na talagang when they come to Manila and visit, they make it a point.
To
They
go.
get to watch live.
Yung kanina, taga Jensen, first time pa. So, maraming salamat. As Ahumiro continues to serve. That's a tricky serve that she has. As evidenced by that reception error of Princess Geyser. 21-13 now. Ateneo cruising to its 8th win in the tournament.
Now with 4 points, Amy Ahumiro serving.
Better reception there for UP.
So net violation by Princess Sev. Valdez was also there to deny Princess. Ooh, you don't want to see Liza Valdez shaking her hand, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Hindi pwede yun. Baka kaya 19 lang today. 20, sorry. 20.
We never want to see injuries in volleyball.
Well, her
in
hands
any
are heavily
sport.
taped.
They are.
But it's a normal thing, no, for volleyball because when you block minsan, the ball hits your finger.
Natitinido.
Oh.
Yun yung tawag. At ipapahinga na po si Baldo. Pinalakpakan naman ng mga fans ng Ateneo. At ipinasok na po si Jaira May Ianeta. Ang isa po sa mga rookie ng Ateneo na galing ng Cavite, Tubong Cavite, University of Perpetual Health System.
Kababayan ko siya.
Oy, tama.
Yeah.
Oo nga pala. So, bumabati rin kami dyan sa mga taga Cavite. And Princess there with a good cross-court attack. So good put away there by Seth, delaying the inevitable right now, 15-22. Good dig by Del Rosario. Jay Ong. She's got good power too.
Oh, and variety as well.
Phil Kainglet was pretty much played this whole game. Oh, that's tough. Ong saves it. Chance here for Meita Jima. They go back.
Cheering.
Oh, look at Ong through Tajima and Tan. Ong's a fighter. I love this girl. I love her approach. I love her power.
She also has that explosive.
Meron. Oh. One of those rookies again, Coach Jaro. She got a leap on her too. Yaneta. Oh, look at that. Cross court.
Making her presence felt.
These are the girls who are taking over next year.
Quality minutes here for Yaneta. And you hear the people cheering also, no, after she got that point.
Siyempre naman, kung supporter ka naman, as Meita Jima will move out to the girl who had quite a number of aces earlier during the serve, and Coach Roger looking to put the finishing touches on this game. Maybe via the service area. Oh, nice sent back, but Gretchen Hall with great reflexes and anticipation, getting them to match point. Quezon Province, nanonood din sa atin. Magandang hapon, may isa pa po tayong laro, kaya dyan lang po kayo. Dyan lang po kayo, SC Herbacio, according to script. Ayaw na nila papaluin si Ganeta.
Sabihin, naka-point yan ng isa. Let's end this game. Of course, ending this game on a very high note.
An emphatic note. Z Herbacio giving them a 25-16 third set win.
Job well done here for Ateneo. Again, what they're gunning for is, really gain the momentum as they prepare for their next game against UE and a much anticipated game against LaSalle on Feb 9.
UE, LaSalle, and UST ang makakalaban pa po ng number 2 team. As Z Herbacio closed it out today with 8 service aces. 25-14, 25-8, and 25-16. Good fight for UP. Again, obviously outgunned here. Their captain, Ana Del Mundo, on the injured list. But still some good points for a very, very young, the youngest team in the league, the UP Lady Maroons. All right. Right now, as we finish up our first game, let's go back to Selena Dagdag and who will introduce us. Sino ba si Baldo? Go ahead, Selena.
Yes, Boom Ann, we are now with Alisa Valdez, Shakey's player of the game. Ngayon, Alisa, matanong kita, you definitely gave your fans something to enjoy with your killer hits. Ano bang secret behind your signature spikes, Alisa?
Siguro, it's the hard work eh. Yung everyday pa-practice mo siya, that's with the guidance of my coaches pa. So, siguro yun lang.
Well, Alisa, you guys are coming from your second win after your 3-game losing streak. Sa tingin niyo, ano yung ginagawa ng team mo na tama? How were you guys able to pick yourself up?
Siguro more on nag-uusap kami as a team lagi. Laging before the game, lagi kami magkakasama. Parang yung teamwork kasi yung kulang sa amin. So siguro yun yung wino-work on namin.
Well, nakita talaga namin yung improvement. At this point, Alisa, meron ka bang gustong pasalamatan or batiin?
First of all, si Ella ang ganda, tsaka yung kay Kalina daw. Hi kay Ted, magaling ka. Sa mga taga-Bacolod, kay Kiri, San Juan, Batangas, sa mga lola ko, ganon. Hi kay Lassie, and sa lahat, sa Pochi Bar, thank you so much. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Congratulations ulit, Alisa. Back to you, Boom and Ann.
The very likable, charming San Juan, Batangas native, Baldo, as she's known by the. I think that's her that's her parang her alter ego, our Shakey's best player, brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza. It's like you only call her Baldo after a power kill.
She's like a Baldo when she hits.
Ganun yung dating. But otherwise, when you see her talk like that, you go back to her name, which is, of course, Alisa Valdez, our Shakey's best player for the game and a real fan favorite here at the arena in San Juan. How important is this next game, Ann?
Well, we mentioned earlier, ito tied ang
UST,
Adamson, UST and FEU at 6 and 4. Now, this game between Adamson and UST, kung sino mananalo would get that advantage and secure that number 3 spot.
That's right. So, yan po ang bantayan nyo po dito sa Studio 23 at napakaganda po niyan. A potential 5-setter maybe in the offing between two teams in the middle of a pack jockeying for Final Four position. And that will be with Eric Tipan and Mosey Ravena. In the meantime, Ateneo getting their 8th win of the tournament while UP losing their 10th straight here on Studio 23. For Andrea Mulia and Bea Fabregas and Selena Dagdag, stand by for the second game here on Studio 23. Adamson and UST as we continue our coverage for the women's volleyball tournament.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.